Ever since I built the first mechanism which didn't require a door, for example a vault, it's taken many shapes across the 4 years that it's been in place. Patches have destroyed it, taken it away, and I want to look at the 3 most useful ways of doing vaults or bunkers, if you like, as it stands. Now, the first one I'm going to look at is the roof bunker. This has seen itself in a couple of patches and taken out and put back in, but it's still very viable. And the beauty of it is, because it uses squares, if you build your base around it, it gives you more space centrally. And when people see it's a roof piece, they tend to just give up after they get to that point, because they've already went through God knows how many doors to get to it. Second one is the most common, which is the stability bunker. We've used this for quite some time. Stability is a phenomenal way to try and trick people, but it's at the very start of your base, and a lot of people check the floor straight away. I mean, I tend, if I do build a base, I'll put a fake stability bunker in, let them waste, get into that area to get absolutely nothing, then put the more of the base at the back. Now, the third one is the last stability bunker that I showed before I took a break. Now, this works by having a floor piece in the foundation. The beauty of this is you can build your base around it, and by the time they get to this point, they've already spent a hell of a lot before they realise what they're actually getting into, and that could be the changing factor if you get raided fully or not. Now, I'm going to go through all 3, show you to quickly build them, talk a little bit about where you should use them, and how going forward you should maybe think when you're building a separate type of bunker. Now, the roof bunker, all you have to do is put the first foundation into the ground, so the front corners are completely covered in dirt. This stops people from being able to shoot the twig out. Now, I think this is probably the quickest way to get a bunker up, personally. And as I said, because you're working off squares directly from the middle straight away, it gives you a lot more space as you are going through your build and progressing it, because you're not going to keep this, but you can actually use this as a quick proxy base when you start, which I used to always do. I'd build a little bunker to start with, then build my main base next to it, have the loop between the two. It was just the easiest way of doing it, and make sure you didn't get caught out. Now, the mechanism is very simple. It's just the twig floor, take out the roof piece, but the beauty of this is you have a door straight after it as well. So after taking the roof piece out, they then have to take the door. I would say have all the surrounding foundations in metal. I'm just going to stone now because that's the most likely thing you'll have when you get to this point. I have got a way of hiding the roof piece so people can't see it, but if people tend to see the roof piece, they will tend to not bother early game going for it. So it's a bit of a deterrent as well by allowing them to see the roof piece sticking out. They know it's going to cost them a lot to get through it. Second is the normal stability bunker. It's been around for now about 3 years. It's difficult for them to patch because it's going to really affect a lot of the normal building pieces. I tend to use this only if I'm doing a fake bunker, because people always look for the floor. As soon as they see triangles at the front of the base, they know it's going to be some sort of bunker, so they'll just pack everything they can into that one floor tile. Chances are they're going to get the majority of the loot straight away. Very simple. It's a really good bunker, but it's not one that I actually like. Now, the third one which I showed, this is a bit trickier to do. You have to make sure the land lays okay for you. Having the lower foundation pieces is critical to make sure it works. Now, by putting one low, one mid and one high and working your way back to that position, that's probably the easiest way of doing it. I have got a video on how to build this. I'll put a link in the description below if you want a more detailed way of doing it. But it works through a little trick which hasn't been patched surprisingly in the last 2 years, which I thought it would have by the time I come back, but it hasn't. Now, what you do is have your walls at the back, and as if you would make your shelf and your base using the walls and the floating floor, it basically allows you to float a floor tile into the foundation, which gives you something to anchor your roof piece to, which creates your bunker by blocking a door up above. So for the bigger bases, I'd say definitely this is a better option, because the beauty is you build around this bunker, and when people get to the roof piece part, they've already spent a hell of a lot, and even if they go straight down, they're not going to get to the mechanism, so they're going to have to keep working their way around. So as like I've said for years, you're always going to get raided. The trick is to make them spend as much as possible, so you get this slight satisfaction that you have actually made them work for it. You can see, just shoot this piece out, the stability takes away, the floor piece stays in place inside the foundation. You can put it back in, quite simple. Just put the wall piece back in, and before you know it, you've got your bunker up and closed again. And the beauty is, people can't even see that it's a bunker from the outside. So sometimes they're not going to think that it's going to be a bunker base and go straight for the ground. They're going to go for the higher up door or follow the door around, not knowing that that's where it's going to be. So that was just a quick look at the 3 bunkers at the minute. I have got another bunker which I'm playing around with at the minute. I just need to see how viable it is to use. I haven't seen it anywhere yet, so it might be a case of a new one, but I've been away for a while, so I can't check for 2 years worth of videos, but I will try my best to validate if it is new or not. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.